Hey, what's up? I'm Al Cox. I play games and make games and everything in between. And today we're talking about Buildbox 3, 5 hours of frustration versus 5 minutes of fun. I wanted to do something simple, move the character back and forth. And currently in the Buildbox templates, when you do this, if you lift up your finger and then press elsewhere on the screen, the character just jumps over like really fast, and it's not at all what I want. I was trying to figure out how to do it both with no code and, if needed, with code. I had my twin in town and he's a JavaScript developer. We spent a couple of hours moving things around and he was able to log all the instances to see where the X, Y, and Z points were. Still had trouble figuring it out. His request was pretty straightforward. He needs API and documentation to review all the ins and outs of Buildbox 3, which don't exist. There is API documentation in terms of a manual of how to use certain things. Still waiting on that. There's been no mention of it. I don't foresee it happening in the foreseeable future. I have no problem going in and just poking around, trying to get things to work. And since I don't know how to code, I am limited. And so I'll have to spend more time trying to figure out how all the nodes work together while getting my brother to read API documentation that exists. Because if I can get him to read the documentation and he's a JavaScript developer, then we could maybe work together. Crazy idea. I don't know. Working with siblings can be difficult, also can be fun. Hopefully someone is working on some documentation for Buildbox 3. So let me show you what we've spent 5 hours on. Go into the world so we don't have the character die. Because a lot of the Buildbox templates have it so that if you move the character left and right, then you lift up your finger and you press over here, the character just jumps over there. I'm not exactly sure why, and this is the case in other templates where the character just jumps over like that, and it's not smooth. I can go into the nodes, and this could look intimidating, but what we want to look at is over here. I had my brother, who's a JavaScript developer, review all this code, and we were doing logs and moving things around, and it was really fascinating to see him play around with it. At the same time, get frustrated to try to figure it out. He kept telling me that he needs documentation to read and understand in order to effectively create a node or have Buildbox do exactly what we're looking for. He kept stressing the point of documentation. While this character jumps around like this, it may look cool, but completely undesired. It's not what I want. I reached out on the Buildbox Discord. Supposedly the touch move or is touch node can work. This is what someone has mentioned in Discord. In fact, they even sent me a BB doc. Let's go and open that BB doc right now. This is the desired effect that I am trying to get, where the character moves like this. And here you can see you lift up and then click over here, and then the character still moves. It doesn't jump. How is this done? Let's go in and take a look. This is a more simplified node system than before, and here is the JavaScript causing the character to move the way I want. The disconnect becomes from what is in the template and then what is in this BB doc. I'm trying to figure out exactly how all this works, and I suspect they just use this move node. Watch, if I move this over here, does it do the exact same? See, it doesn't do the same, so something is different between this move and this move. They look exactly identical. What the difference is, I don't know. This is where the 5 hours of frustration comes in. I'm just trying to figure out how to move the character left and right simply, and I've spent more than 5 hours with the JavaScript developer. So my basic point is that Buildbox 3 has a steep learning curve. It's clear to me that I need to be spending every day figuring out the details, and at the same time I also need to have fun. After spending 5 hours just trying to figure out the movement and getting confused, then I decided to have some fun. I replaced the main character with the ball, put objects in the path, and created this in less than 5 minutes, and this looks amazing. I can even go into the level, move this guy down a little bit, copy and paste, tilt this. It's great to see that I can make something cool in just a couple of minutes even though I don't exactly understand how the movement works. This has the original moving code template that I am not a fan of and don't know how to change yet. Lastly, if I could have a wish list for Buildbox 3, it would be the ability to drag and select multiple objects at the same time. I suspect this is really difficult because it's three-dimensional, and I can still remember when this wasn't a possibility in Buildbox 2, and then it became a possibility in Buildbox 2, and it just streamlined everything in terms of working and moving things. For example, right now you have to select all of these cubes one at a time. And if I wanted to move things around, I can do it. Whereas in Buildbox 2, you can just select a bunch of things and then move it. I'm really excited getting to play with Buildbox 3 more. I think this is a good process for me. Spend a lot of hours being frustrated, trying to figure out what's going on, and then when I've had enough, go in and play around and have balls go through walls and stuff like that. It's important to find the right balance when getting to understand a software that has limited documentation and tutorials when learning. Find the right balance between frustration and fun. Together, slowly grow knowledge base of Buildbox 3. Let me know what's been your experience. I'm always looking for Buildbox 3 games. So if you have one, please let me know. I'd love to play it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.